Behind us is an impressive trip out west.
Got Bigfoot over there too.
Ahead is some impressive sailing. Look, Ma, no black eyes. I'm all healed up after my landscaping accident. Welcome to Stir Crazy Sailing and Adventures. I'm Dennis. I left a career I enjoyed to pursue the activities that I love, with the aim of single-handing a sailboat from Lake Michigan to the Caribbean.
That's nuts.
I expect some success and some failure along the way, but that's part of the adventure. I'll also share with you how I try to stay healthy and fit as I go. Having you along will make this trip even more fun. Thanks for joining me. Well, I've got a heap of sail here in my main salon, like a bunch of dirty laundry. No real sailor would want to do that. A few things I figured out on the maiden voyage coming across Lake Michigan from Wisconsin. One is that while the former owner was a great sailor, I'm sure the knot that he tied for the furler was not sufficient to withstand the wind that I was in when I had to furl it. The knot failed, and I'll be retying that today. I'll also be working on the temperature gauge, which didn't work coming across the lake in 37-degree water. I thought that it would take a while for the engine to heat up, so I didn't think the gauge was an issue. I thought that the engine was just running cold because of the water temperature, which is silly. Anybody who knows anything about thermostats knows that the engine will heat up and then it will cool down and heat up. That was me and my good nature getting the best of me, explaining away something that was obvious. The sending unit could be the issue.
It could be a sending unit.
Where the gauge will be the issue. I've got both. We'll see which one resolves my temperature gauge issue. Right now I'm getting no reading. That's it. Woo! And then we head out on the boat. Your sending unit right there. And this is in the way, this is in the way. So I'm gonna have to mess with that and remove this alternator bracket, loosen this up, and then tighten it up correctly. It's a simple job, but you know, it's easy to mess up. Oh yeah, we like that. We like that a lot. We like that a lot. There's convention to the tension. Awesome. Oh, Yanmar, I love you. Looking at the voltage gauge, the alternator is doing its job. At least I didn't mess that up. Nothing yet on the temperature front after 3 minutes. Okay, we've got a temperature gauge that isn't working, and it's time to replace it. The pink goes at 5 o'clock, the white goes at 7 o'clock, and the purple goes at 2 o'clock. Will the gauge work or won't it? We'll take a few minutes for the engine to heat up. I would just like to see it move a bit, just a bit, please. Oh, that's interesting. Temperature gauge is moving ever so slightly, like the minute hand on a wall clock. But it is in fact moving. This is a good sign. This is a very, very, very good sign. Oh yeah, come on baby, come on baby, keep moving. Before we had nothing, something is better than nothing. This is fantastic. You have made me so very happy. Oh, I came and I took control. You touched my very soul. I always showed you that being the greatest thing is accurate. Awesome. Since there was nobody on the sailboat, it doesn't really matter that it was down there thrown into the main salon, but no real sailor would want to do that. Why was my sail in the main salon in such a mess? Because when I brought it down, it was wet, and we were out at sea, and so it made the most sense to just get it down there, get it out of the way, let it dry out. I just left it out. No damage. It's just a little bit of moisture, but it's a mess. It should be folded nicely in a sail bag, but it looks bad. This knot must have been tied through this larger opening and should have gone through the smaller opening with a knot like this. This single knot pulled right through in heavy weather, which the former owner may not have experienced, probably furled earlier. So this is something for more challenging conditions. Make sure that you've got a sufficient knot to hold when winds are heavy and you're putting more pressure on the line. Oh, there we go. This is why you fold your sails properly. Let's see how much this will feed. Taking it off, boss. Hurry, hurry, hurry. There's a sale going on in Manistee, Michigan. But will she furl? A little tension on the sheets here. All right. Mischief managed. It's a minor task, but good to know what I can do single-handed. One of the most difficult parts of sailing, especially single-handed, is getting in and out of marinas. This particular marina, I am across a fairly narrow river coming out of a lake going into Lake Michigan, and it requires some real skill getting into this this slip. There's current, there's wind, and I just can't imagine what sort of vessel would have a more difficult time than me in this kind of marina. Never mind. So the easiest job in home maintenance, of course, is fixing a doorknob. The second easiest is fixing a screen. On boats, screens fail, they need to be fixed. Easy. Nice, tight screen, well trimmed, and as all sailors know, you've got to have operable screens. If not, you're going to chase more flies than the Detroit Tigers. It's an easy fix, no reason to be uncomfortable. and have annoying flies all over the place. With the projects out of the way, let's go sailing. I'm more worried about my own rusty skills. Jeez. But I've got to turn around here in a moment. For every single-hand sailor, there comes a time to say goodbye to the people and places that will be missed. See a man about a bike. I'm in desperate need of a new bike with my good friend Matt at Rock and Road in Grand Haven, and he's setting me up with a new Niner. We've been waiting for it for a while, and Matt's made some modifications to make an extra large frame work for me. Matt, thank you so much for doing this, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for getting me a bike during difficult times to get bikes and parts, but my bike had turned into a Frankenstein bike because I had been a little bit hard on it. This bike will suit me a lot better. Tell me what's special about this bike, Matt.
Yeah, so a little different than your previous bike. This one adds the suspension in the rear, which is going to be the biggest addition to this bike compared to what you were running before. You're going to get a little bit more travel out of the back end, just to be a little more comfortable and still be really, really fun. We're also going to a little bit different gear set and drivetrain, so you get more gears in the back than you had before. You're also getting a wider range of gearing, so when you head out west, you'll have a lot easier time climbing some of those hills. We've upgraded the rear derailleur on here as well as the actual shifter itself, basically to make it so that everything shifts a little bit more precise, is also a little bit more durable, and is going to just be something that lasts and holds up a little bit better. And a little bit more suspension travel for. So the nice thing in the front end as well, you're getting a little bit more give, adds to the comfort, adds to the fun of the bike. It's just going to be a whole lot of fun. And your full frame's carbon fiber, so you're saving a whole bunch of weight. and just getting something that's going to ride a little bit nicer, a little bit faster, and hopefully a little bit easier.
That's great. Well, I really appreciate it. All right, well, we've got the dilemma of how do we exercise while on the sailboat. I've got some weights, I've got a bench, I'll show you later, and then my mountain bike is going with my carbon frame Niner. That's my new bike. I did have my other Niner on here, my steel framed bike, but it was just tough getting it on and off the boat. So the new Niner goes so that I've got panniers on it and I can carry groceries in a bag and so forth. How does one attach a bike to a boat? I am going with a system that is off my old Jeep, and this attached to a spare tire. I saved it, and I'm glad that I did, because it's got an application here on my sailboat rail. You'll see. Drag. Damn. Wrong angle to the dangle. You gotta fix that. Yeah, of course I have to watch tying up on my port side. Got a little tire action sticking out there, but it's not bad. I'll secure it with some universal fasteners, also known as bungee cords. It's not bad, it should work. Until it doesn't. Next time, my adventure almost ends before it begins. This is not the way you want to start a trip. Thanks again for joining me. Next week, I get on my way. If you like where I'm going, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks again.